Welcome to the Pearls of Wisdom podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. This is the Pearls of Wisdom holiday podcast, best of 2025. We had some amazing guests, and this compiles all of the best moments from those episodes. Thank you and enjoy.
The type of merchandise that consumers are buying are very, very homogeneous. It's not so many styles. It's not so many different variations. It's the key 30, 40, 50 bridals that continue to sell all the time. There is a very specific aesthetic in fashion that's working right now, predominantly heavy gold, and now we're seeing two-tone coming in a little bit more with a little bit more bolder looks. So that's there. A little bit more chunkier silver as well, coming in that part. So we're still following trends. We're still trying to bring this to our customers, again, within that very efficient marketing, merchandising funnel that doesn't require you to go so crazy with investment. We continue to improve our quality.
So our story is it's probably not quite as direct as some of the others that you've had on your podcast before. So I met my husband because he was my jeweler. That's how I met him. He's been a jeweler for 34 years, and I would argue he's the best jeweler in the country.
Nice.
I would put that up against anybody. There's some pretty big manufacturers across the country that when they're having a problem with a piece, they send it to Lance to see if he can figure it out. He started Pierce Custom Jewelers in 2010. We got married January 1st of 2014.
About a Harley Davidson that we might want to hear about. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, so the reason that I had money to go to school was, it was when my father died. You give an 18-year-old a lot of money. What is he going to do? He's going to do the dumbest thing that he can and buy the most expensive motorcycle he could find. And, I went to the Harley dealership with the money in my pocket, ready to go. And the guy was such a pain in the butt. He treated me like a kid and, patted me on the head and he took all the fun out of what I was trying to do. And I just got irritated with him and I left. And I bought a cheap motorcycle.
Sure. So I've been in the industry for about 2 decades, and the journey has truly been an evolving one. It started with my love for creativity, my love for art, and somehow I transitioned that into creating bespoke pieces for my clients. What's nice is that everything is handcrafted. It's all handmade in-house. So I love that. I think our clients really appreciate that everything is one of a kind as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so you make some beautiful jewelry. How long have you been there? Did you start the business? Is this tell us about more about this.
I joined Facets as a family-owned business.
Every single one said engagement ring as a product name, and so I said, "Oh man, it'd be great if you change your product name to that 3-stone, halo set. Just really describe it for the product name, which also became your meta title." And so, from about 1,000 products from a week ago, they updated about half of them so far. Yeah. But we just checked earlier, and they're still not indexed 100% on Google. And so, so now you're going to be diving further and doing more to update your site.
Yeah.
And how long do you think you we're going to stick with this?
So I obviously, just like every other business owner, I'd make, plenty of mistakes before
how we actually got in. I'm a third generation. My grandfather started a jewelry store south of Buffalo, New York, in a little town called Springville.
Yay.
When he came back from the war. And after a few years, my father bought the store from him. And me and Mike, we lived in Virginia. And my father passed in 2013. And we inherited the business. So we moved up to New York. and we figured it out. We weren't in the industry at all. I had helped a few times at Christmas and things like that, but sales, like I didn't do anything else.
Right.
So we ran the business there. We had 3 kids while we were up there, and then we decided we love the industry, and Mike learned how to do all the bench things, so we got to keep everything in-house. But
your community loves you. Yay.
It's a wonderful, it's a wonderful feeling, because in this industry, we're not dealing with anything anybody needs to survive. It is strictly, granted, as luxury items go, like an engagement ring is the one thing people believe they must have. Like it is a must, right? It's whereas maybe the only thing in tech that's like that is a cell phone. You must have one, and to have people respond that in such a heartfelt, outpouring kind of way was very humbling.
What is it that you do?
What is probably a shorter list of things I don't do around here. I'm on the bench doing jewelry work for about 32 years now. But I've got my own store as of June will be 5 years. So we're in full retail. We do only thing we don't do in-house is watch repair. I've got guys I send my internal watch repair out to, but everything else, I've got my son here with me for the last year and my daughter and my wife. And so, we do it all, making jewelry and selling it.
It's a family affair. That's
fantastic. How's business these days?
It's great. We're there's just not a lot of independent jewelers in our area any longer.
So it's actually curatedyofjewelry.com, which is my e-commerce platform. So how it all began, when I was a child, I grew up in rural Connecticut, and I was obsessed with collecting rocks and minerals and crystals, but I also had an affinity for miniature flowers and miniature arrangements like doll houses and fairy huts. So I was always drawn to the minutia and the miniature. And it wasn't until I was living in New York City in about 2008, and I was in college for something other than jewelry.
I grew up playing ice hockey as a kid. I walked away from it because, once I started working, then I got married, then I had children. I thought something I can't do now. So I stopped playing for about 14 years. It's something I picked up again, I guess, about, like I said, taking a 14-year absence as a kid. I started playing again as an adult and absolutely loved it because it's one of those things where, as I tell people, when I play, I feel like an 18-year-old kid. I might feel like a 90-year-old man the next day or two, but it's fun. I've made a lot of friends from it. On the teams I played on, just a lot of times when you play men's league hockey, you're playing the same, usually 3-4 teams in a league. So a lot of times I've made tons of friends on the other team, referees. It's just been a great, all around great experience for me.
This is Aaliyah all the time. This is how she is.
Thank you.
She is, look what she does in her own neighborhood, helping people out as a person. I'm not talking about the industry and what she's done for people that can't see, and she's helping them do that. She's doing more than just, making a great Facebook page. She helps her community. I love when you go in the Diamond District in downtown Chicago, and she's interviewing street people. These are, just consumers walking up and down, and she's just, can you talk to us a little bit about that idea to me is just great. Everybody loves the street interviews. We see them on TikTok.
The convention center, what's the name?
It's Cobb Galleria.
The Cobb Galleria. Yeah, that little section there is really cool. You walk across to the Battery, a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah.
Catch a game
like we did last year.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Yeah. And the good thing is everybody is kind of connected in one area. The hotel is large enough to put buyers and vendors together. Yeah. So there's opportunities for the mingle that we do, any kind of networking.
Yeah.
And we are going to celebrate our 75th anniversary in August by having a party to celebrate it. It's the theme is going to be Yacht Rock.
Yacht Rock?
Yeah. So that's exciting. Plus, but it's been, it'll be my second show.
Strategic planning goes a lot into everything that we do, and right now we've really condensed all of our marketing efforts and all of our planning, event planning, down to 3 or 4 months at a time instead of trying to look at a whole year out, because so much can change in a 12-month period. So there's maybe like 3 or 4 different things that we're doing every single year, but everything else, all of the smaller different branding things, we're doing and planning out just in 3 or 4 months at a time.
Thank you for watching the Best of 2025 podcast episodes. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year. Take care. Thanks for listening to the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry Podcast. For more information about the show, please visit southernjewelrynews.com/podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you can catch the next show. See you then.